glad we're back here. We're back here again on Zoom, of all things.
Yep.
Just not able to do it live right now. Ben Showalter, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. For those of you unaware, Reggie did a video earlier, live stream, which he stated he is stepping back from an on-screen role here at G.A.A.S Industries to focus more on the creative side of things to help keep content coming out for the channel. And we wholeheartedly support that decision. And it's going to give him a much-needed reprieve for things and let the number twos, me and Los, and Tina Kitty, help work with some things. Karina will not be joining us tonight. She is working on some stuff for G.A.A.S. So keep it locked on the G.A.A.S YouTube page. Hit that bell. Stay up to date with everything that we're doing. That way you know when stuff comes out. But it has been a crazy couple of weeks, hasn't it?
Yes. A lot has happened.
Wow, I'll figure this out. Yes, it's been fucking insane. Both from an entertainment standpoint, from a gaming standpoint, honestly from a personal standpoint as well, but we're not going to go into that. But yeah, it's just been an insane week. We're just going to jump right into it. So, we recently purchased Pokemon Legends Arceus.
That's been fun.
And that has been an experience, I will say.
I was playing at 6 in the morning.
Was it really 6 in the morning?
I got up at 6 in the morning playing.
Oh yeah, she got up at 6 in the morning playing. I'm dead asleep and I wake up and I see Pokemon on the TV.
I'm like, am I waking you up? I'm sorry. I just really want to play this game.
Yeah, and we're aware that Josh, you haven't picked it up yet.
So no spoilers.
We know you do plan on picking it up soon. So as far as our reviews, we will try to keep it as spoiler free as possible.
We're just going to talk about our first initial experience with the game.
All right, and you know what? I'll go ahead and let you talk about it because I can go on all long time on this.
I would love that.
Go ahead. All right, so Tina, what was your first initial impression of Pokemon Legends Arceus? Question Arceus.
It's Arceus?
It's pronounced Arceus.
It's Arceus. I'm just gonna. Really? That's really the pronunciation?
Yes, it's Arceus.
Oh wow!
It's Arceus. Don't let him gaslight you.
I really believed him too.
There is no. You know why? There's a Pokemon that was recently, or not in the recent release, but I think it is in Sun and Moon, where it has an ability called the RKS system, which is.
Is it spelled the same way?
It's the letters RKS, which is supposed to be a play on words for RKS. Yeah, it's based off of the Pokemon because the ability is the exact same. You give it a certain item and it makes it that type. It's based off of the Pokemon Arceus.
Wow.
So yeah, we've all been wrong. We've all been pronouncing it wrong.
Is this canon?
This is pronouncing it Arceus because that's how the word flows.
Yeah, I prefer. Arceus sounds so much better.
It does.
Just like Shippuden. It's not Shippuden. Japanese Naruto even says Shippuden. So I'm like, okay, he's saying it that way, that's the way I'm going to fucking say it.
Shippuden.
Anyway, so where were we? Oh yeah, so Cena, your first initial impressions of Pokemon Legends Arceus.
At first I was watching Carlos play for like a day, and I was like, whoa, I really love this game. I love how it looks visually. It's beautiful. It reminded me of Breath of the Wild. And you know how beautiful that is. And the music was soft. It also reminded me of Animal Crossing. When Animal Crossing came out during the pandemic. It was hitting all the right marks for me. And right now I'm enjoying it.
So you mean like as a very kind of relaxing mood setting game where it's stress free as opposed to the previous games where those fucking Elite Four will destroy you.
Exactly. You will get destroyed from just losing your satchel constantly. I keep dying. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Spoiler.
There's your first spoiler. You can die.
You can die.
Yeah. Wait, the trainer? I mean, I know you're
The trainer can die. Pokemon will attack you, and you can faint
and kill you.
and lose your items.
I like that.
Yeah, I love it. It makes it real. I'm like, God damn, I need to do better. It makes you weigh the pros and cons. Do I need to go back to the village, restock my supply, or do I keep going because it's right there? But going right there, it might mean the end of your life and all your items gone. It reminds you of like EverQuest when when EverQuest first came out.
I've never played EverQuest.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You live a
I know what
privileged
you're talking
life.
about with EverQuest. I know.
Exactly. So it felt like that, but it was not that extreme. But it was almost there. So I loved it.
The fact I really like that because it makes sense. They always say,
Yes.
don't go in the tall grass. The wild Pokemon will attack you.
And now they will.
You go. That is true. That is true. Your mama said that.
Yeah.
I can't wait. After this, I'm going straight to playing it right now.
All right. So,
What's your experience, Carlos?
Okay,
with
so
playing the game.
So being that I am the real Pokemon Lorax here,
Excuse me.
I am the vet when it comes to these Pokemon games, when it comes to the competitive
What a
play, when it
Lorax.
comes to all
You
of this.
speak for the minds.
Yeah.
He said
So
Laura.
I was
Damn.
when I first played the game, my first hour or so, I did not like it.
Yeah.
I
he said
didn't.
that.
I didn't like the battling system. I felt like there was no real competitive chance here, considering everything that got taken away from previous games.
I hear you.
But as I began to play it a little more, I saw, I get that they wanted to make a departure from your typical Pokemon games. And I feel like this is a very good start for sort of straying away from the typical blueprint that you'd expect from a Pokemon game.
I mean, we've been screaming, saying like we need a new Pokemon game, even though we were all like whores going back. Buying the same freaking Pokemon game.
Yeah, I'll buy a fucking remake of I'll buy the remake of Diamond and Pearl and complain while I'm playing through it. But but overall, I feel like this has.
Yeah.
I can definitely see myself. I have seen myself spending countless hours playing this in the same way, in the same vein that I would any other Pokemon game, but not. Whereas other Pokemon games, I spent majority of hundreds of hours, just training training Pokemon for competitive play. This is actually, as it was stated before, is a very Fallout RPG-esque type game where there is plenty to do. Plenty to collect. There's a crafting system now.
I love it.
That I feel could use work. There's a lot of elements of this game that when you look at other well-known and well-developed RPGs, open world RPGs like Breath of the Wild, like Fallout, you see that the way they do it, and they've essentially perfected the concept. Pokemon, it feels like they're learning how to. They want to delve into that style, but they're still learning. So there are minor issues that do come up. One is a big issue, and that is storage space. But other than that,
I'm not sure if it's like going into too much because like.
No, it's not a big thing. It's talking about it's item space, so it's not like bad. I'm not really spoiling anything with that. You're always able to carry items. The problem with this is your limit. Yeah, I think that is the worst part of it. You're limited with what you can carry, and what it costs you to increase your storage space is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's borderline insulting.
But overall,
$20, baby.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like when oh my god. Oh well, this is a spoiler that I have to tell you because it's fucking stupid. It's so stupid and I hate it.
No,
What?
no spoilers.
I'm
It's you.
tapping him, telling him not.
No, because you're gonna. Fine. I'll leave it. Everybody who plays it and you know about the storage issue, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And you probably hate it as much as I do. And you will hate it too, Josh, as soon as you play
The
it.
minute
But
you find out about it, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? What the fuck?
But that aside,
yeah.
overall, I feel like it holds its own as a Pokemon game compared. It holds its own with, what would I say? I would put it along the lines of X and Y. Whereas I like,
Really?
yeah, X and Y wasn't fantastic, but it had a lot of elements about it that I absolutely loved.
Yeah. What was your favorite iteration of the Pokemon?
My favorite, it's a tie. Crystal, only because that was the very first one that I played, and it was the very first Pokemon, or not the very first, but
yeah,
that generation was the very first one that let you go to 2 separate regions,
right.
And and they haven't let you do that in any other Pokemon since. And next would be Black and White.
I know you were going to say that.
I love Black and White.
Yeah.
More than any of the others.
Josh, what's yours? Your favorite?
Yeah, Josh, what's your favorite? Oh my god, too many windows.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Well, thank you for not spoiling anything. I appreciate that. So I'd like to go in as blind as I absolutely could, because if you're mad at it, let me be mad at it and discover it on my own.
Yes,
I don't want to experience the rage secondhand. And be like, oh,
that's true.
why didn't I let you tell me about this?
Yes.
But to your point, what you were saying about X and Y, I agree with you on that of a Pokemon game. As someone who has played, I started back with Fire Red and Leaf Green, still my all-time favorite Pokemon games. And I've played the original. I played Yellow, original Blue, and Red, and everything. I feel like Fire Red and Leaf Green improved on that tenfold. Not just visually speaking, but it just in terms of use, I feel it was a lot better. But each generation does tend to do something different that sets it apart from the previous generation. And like you said, X and Y is a very good example of that, of them treading new ground that they didn't before, because they took what was in Black and White and in Black and White 2, having that 3D kind of stereoscopic viewpoint instead of like top down as you would be used to in the previous games. And that's been the game going forward up until they did the re-release or the remakes of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which I don't hate. I just feel it could have been better.
I absolutely hated it.
Really?
I hated the remake of Diamond and Pearl. I was so disappointed with that. I was even more disappointed that I paid full price for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm not entirely disappointed. I just feel it could have been better. I actually enjoy the art style of it. It's very reminiscent of the remake for Link's Awakening, and I absolutely adore that art style. It's very pleasing aesthetically to me.
Yeah.
But what I've been looking forward to with Arceus is, like, my ideal Pokemon game is one where you combine the elements of the free roam, like what Tina said with Breath of the Wild. You have that free roam aspect, and you can travel the entire map, and the fact that you can, and they brought this up previously before. One thing that it kind of spoiled for me, but it's not used previously before we started the stream, was that your trainer can actually die in Arceus, which that's mind-blowing to me, because it makes perfect sense. You have Pokemon that'll attack you, and they tell you in all the games, so don't go in the tall grass, you'll be attacked by a wild Pokemon, and it makes sense, because if you don't have anything to defend yourself, you're going to get your shit wrecked by a freaking Bulbasaur. But wild Bulbasaur don't play.
Exactly.
But that's what I've been wanting in a Pokemon game, is where you have that free roam ability. But I want one where they take that, but you combine elements of things like Pokken tournaments, where you actually take control of the Pokemon itself and fight using it. instead of just this whole turn-based thing, and don't get me wrong, for Pokemon and a lot of different games, I like turn-based strategy. I do enjoy it because it gives you time to think, how quick is my Pokemon? Can I use this move before my opponent does? And you got to use strategy.
Yeah.
But I would love to be able to just take control of my Pokemon and use it to actually battle instead of just being the trainer calling out the moves. I mean, they can call stuff out for a special move, like you build up a gauge to a certain point from fighting, and then you can execute a super move. Like,
or Z
you
moves.
have Snorlax, and you have them attacking. You build up a meter, you can use Hyper Beam. Or Water Cannon with Blastoise or something. That is what I would love to see in a... potentially for the next generation of Nintendo consoles, whether it be Switch 2 or whatever they decide to call it, a Pokemon game of these grandiose proportions is something I would really love to see. But take back, put in elements from games that help it. Like, which game had the Mega Evolutions in it? Was that Black and White?
That was Black and White. Black and White introduced Megas.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked the Mega Evolutions. Those were unique,
absolutely.
And it gave something different. It opened up new territory for it. And make it to where it's something your Pokemon actually has to train for, as in you have to, not so much do like a fetch quest, but your Pokemon, it speaks to you in a way like, I'm good, but I could do so much more. Legend's Tale of an ancient Pokemon who could attain great power by climbing Mount Fuck a Duck. I don't know. Something.
You said fuck a duck.
My coronet.
Yeah, something like that. And you can unlock this hidden ability that the Pokemon has and use it as an advancement to your power. I guess similar to the Gigantamax and Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I really did like. That was one of my favorite aspects of the game, was being able to enlarge your Pokemon to fight, and certain Pokemon would get different forms depending on what you caught. I like that aspect.
Yeah, that was definitely cool.
But I still have yet to play Arceus. I'm going to eventually. That's why I've been trying to be as spoiler-free as possible, because it seems like such a huge step forward for Game Freak, for Pokemon in general, just moving in a different direction than what people are used to. If it's this Skyrim, Fallout-esque style Pokemon game, I'm completely on board already, just knowing that much. Yeah. Skyrim and Fallout are two of my all-time favorite role-playing games, next to Dungeons and Dragons, of course, but translating that with Pokemon, that just gives me a lot of hope for the franchise, especially after so much. There was a lot of backlash with Sword and Shield, and not all of it was undeserved, but I feel a lot of people blew it out of proportion. Could it have been better? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But no reason to scream and throw death threats at people for it.
Death threats.
But I'm excited for the future of Pokemon. I wouldn't say a casual fan, but I don't really delve into the real heavy competitive side of it. I do like completing the decks and just seeing what I can capture and train them up to whatever potential they have, hatching eggs, things like that. So that's what I enjoy. Not so much trying to beat somebody at a national level, just relax, have fun, win a little Pokeballs. So I'm excited for what Game Freak's going to come up with in the future.
Nice. And I will say, this is definitely the game for you. This is for the more casual...
You're muted.
Oops. And I will say, this is definitely for the more casual, the casual player. There is absolutely zero competitive scene for this, but that's just like a passive thing. The crafting thing is what I felt really hooked me. Like, I didn't think it would, but I find myself going around trying to collect so much stuff so I can make more Pokeballs, make more of just the random stuff that lets you make.
So you actually have to craft your Pokeballs.
Okay.
You have.
I just told you have to craft everything.
You can, but you don't have to.
I like that.
Yeah, they give you the option. You have the option to craft Pokeballs.
Yeah.
Yep, you have the option to craft everything.
And
Not just
there's-
Pokeballs, potions, all of that.
There's mats everywhere. So
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
there's stuff to collect all over. Whether it's collecting stuff for crafting, collecting Pokemon, it is definitely
yeah.
there's side quest after side quest after side quest. It is definitely a
I'm in the
It can
shower
easily-
playing the game.
yeah, it can easily turn
Yeah.
into a
Besides,
300.
not even focus on the main quest. That's what I
Yeah,
love doing.
exactly. It could definitely
Okay,
turn into a
that's
300.
Not
Focus on the
focus.
side quests.
Yes.
Then when they get to the main boss, I've completed 600 side quests. They're nothing to me.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely
Yes.
it's definitely on that line of you could easily spend three or 400 hours on this game
Yes.
just doing doing everything else besides the main quest, and that's why I like it. And I do feel like your idea of it being of their implementing the Pokken style of combat. I feel like that would be the next step for this, but knowing Game Freak, that's absolutely not what they're gonna do. They're just gonna remake this exact same. They're just gonna reuse this template. It gives the exact same thing with maybe something. Wait, what? Fuck you, Zoom! Oh my god.
It gave us an alert about you, Josh.
Yeah, apparently you're going over the 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
No, that was read my message.
Huh? Oh, I missed it.
Not trying to break the fourth wall here.
Oh, okay. Whew. I thought it was Zoom telling me that. Okay, got it. Yeah, but overall, I love the game, and this is the first Pokemon since Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire that I have not been disappointed that I paid full price for.
It's good to hear.
Very good. Very good. I'm very excited to hear that.